Guys, Christmas is a time of giving, and here is our gift. We've done it a couple of times, right? In order to go into the crowd loans for Polkadot, I'm talking about Moonbeam, Acala, which has just concluded, and more so Manta. In the future, you gotta have a Polkadot.js right there. Yes, so the best guess, where do we go? Yes, go to my website and I'm gonna teach you. And here is that video.
The crypto space since 2018. So at that time, I invest in ICO, and I think almost all the projects I invest in are no longer available except one, which is RWIS. If that one, if I have held until now, would have been worth quite a lot, but I sold it quite early, so shame on me. Okay, but let's get back to what is Polkadot. Okay, Polkadot is started by Dr. Gavin Wood. I think also this Polkadot project started around 2018 or something like that. At the time they already started the development. So it's a pure proof of stake network. It uses the technology called substrate framework. Like Ethereum, they use Solidity. This Polkadot, they use the framework called substrate. So all the chains that are built there, the tokens built there, they're using this substrate to function. So they have sharded multi-chain, meaning they can process different transactions simultaneously. Not like Ethereum, you can only process one transaction at one time. Okay, so this one you can do parallel processing. So this circle here is the main one is called the relay chain, and all these small ones, which later I'll show, are called the parachain. Okay, all the parachains that are connected to the relay chain can theoretically they can communicate with each other and transfer tokens with each other. Okay, so let's go and look at this. Let's say, this one is the main relay chain, which connects all the other parachains. Parachains are independent blockchains that connected to the blockchain, and they can have their own governance and own validators and things like that. So for a project to get a space on this parachain, they need to go for this auction. Okay, the candle auction, which Brian explained last week. So I won't explain again. So this relay chain, I think in theory they can support up to, I think, 100 or so parachains. Okay, so there will be projects going on board and off board all year round when the things really get going. Okay, for now they are just starting to slowly doing the first round. Then after first round, second round is I think one week after the first round finished. Then after that, I don't think so. They will start the third round. Maybe they will evaluate first any wrongs or whatever bugs, and then they'll fix it before the third round comes on. All right, but so there in Polkadot, there's two main ecosystem. One is the Polkadot itself, and then the other one is the Kusama ecosystem. Kusama is the sister network of Polkadot. It's not exactly a test net. It's actually a fully functional network, but all the governance there is they make decisions faster, and they mainly do the prototype before they launch it on the main Polkadot. Okay, so on Kusama, you only lock your Kusama for 48 weeks or about 1 year, and for the Polkadot, you lock your dot for 2 years or maybe 96 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, there's a question here. There's a question from Gobin. He's asking, is the parachain as good as a relay chain? Or actually, what's the difference between a parachain and a relay chain?
Okay. Relay chain is the main chain. There's only one. Parachain, you can have many. So like Acala is one of the parachain. Then Moonbeam is one of the parachain. Shiden is one of the parachain. So all these parachain, they connect to the relay chain for cross-chain communication. Let's say Acala wants to transfer something to the Shiden network. So the relay chain will do this cross-chain messaging. Okay, that is the
Oh,
function. Yeah, and all
okay.
of them, they need to adhere to this what do you call that? This format called the substrate. Okay, the substrate framework. Okay,
Then what
yeah.
happens if, let's say, I want to transfer something from the Polkadot to the Ethereum blockchain? Can it be done?
That one you need to use a bridge. Uh,
Oh,
there are some bridges, but not so popular yet. I know of the bridge from Moon River. You can bridge the asset USDC and things like that. Go to Ethereum network. Okay, there are chains. There are bridges like that already.
yeah.
But for if you want to transfer from Ethereum straight away, go to Kusama or Acala. So far, I haven't heard of it yet. Maybe they're coming soon. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But so far, most of the chain is focused on the Moon River there.
Yeah. Okay. Malcolm
Yeah,
is also with us and he asked if we have
yeah.
any thoughts on Kilt. So I think we can discuss that later. Okay. We will go
Okay, yeah,
through.
good, yeah,
Yeah, we will go through this first.
yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so continue on. The main company that is driving this Polkadot is the Web3 Foundation. So they're giving out all the grants to all the projects to launch on the Polkadot. Okay, for projects to receive grants from this Web3 Foundation, they cannot do any token sale. So one of the good example is Shiden or Astar, or last time known as Plasma. They don't do any private sale like Acala and Moonbeam. Okay. So their funding is purely mainly from the Web3 Foundation. Okay. So I won't explain again. Just now I explained already. One more thing is Parathreads. Parathreads, they haven't launched yet. They are similar to Parachain, but they are like a lighter version of it. Okay, so instead of you get a slot for 2 years, maybe you can rent a slot for maybe 1 month, few months, or things like that. So you rent it from those people who won the Parachain auction. So it's another way for the Parachain winners to get some income, something like that. Okay. So when all the slots have been occupied, you have auction like going all around. So a majority of this Polkadot and Kusama will be locked. So this one will likely maintain the price and keep the demand there. Okay. So some of the notable projects, I just mentioned the name, Acala, Moon River, Shiden, Manta, Centrifuge. Okay. All these I think Brian already explained
Yeah. Maybe
previously.
you
So
can
talk about
explain
Cube.
yeah, and maybe you can explain a
Yeah.
little bit why there is like one version on Kusama, then there's another version in Polkadot, because some people get confused, right?
Oh, okay.
Why got Karura,
Okay.
then got Acala, got
Yeah.
Moonbeam, Moon River.
This is one of the great idea from this Dr. Gavin Wood. Instead of they use a test net, to roll out all these prototype projects. So they have another sister network that functions exactly the same, but with faster governance. Meaning maybe on Polkadot you need 200 votes to get to change something to change a parameter on the network. Maybe on Kusama you need 100 people to agree, then you already can start to roll out your changes and then do your prototyping. That is why they have a two chain. So Kusama is mainly for them to prototype the system before they roll out to the main Polkadot network. Okay. Yeah. Talking about Cube, Cube is one of the projects that provide all these identity solutions to the Polkadot network. So you do your KYC and things maybe one time on the Cube network, and then this what I'm thinking is they probably have your data, tokenize it, become a NFT or something like that. Then you can store it on the blockchain, and then if other projects want to use your information, can poll from there, and you maintain your privacy and things like that. One thing notable about Qt is they haven't announced their Polkadot plan yet. So far, I heard only they're launching on the Kusama network only. And recently, they already enabled their token transfer, meaning you can already claim your token from the Polkadot.js, but there's no exchange supporting them yet, so you can't trade it. Okay. Yeah. Let's go on. Okay. Each of those parachain, you can think of it like a highway or different. They coexist separately from each other, and then on the Ethereum, your Metamask, the address you can use for all the different chain like Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, AVAX, Huobi, then all these Avalanche, AVAX, because they all use the same Ethereum EVM addressing format, so you can use it across different networks. But Polkadot system, each chain they use a different address format. So your original account, you can have different address for each chain, but from one of address you can actually derive the other address. Let's say I have your Acala address. I do some calculation, then I already can know what is your Polkadot, what is your Kusama address, okay? Which I show you on a website later, the sub.id. You just key in any of the address, then they can show you your other address on the Polkadot or the Kusama network, okay?
Yeah, just before you go on, Gobin has a further question. He says he don't really understand why not try and improve the chain instead of introducing another faster chain, which means to say why don't just try and work on Kusama or Polkadot alone, and why you want to have two, right? So I think the answer to that is actually it's a different way of doing things, right? It's just like how Gavin Wood, he as the founder of Polkadot, he feels that being able to experiment with one and learn from it and then make the actual one, in this case which is Polkadot, better through the first learning. So
and
this
also,
go ahead.
And also it makes some economic sense. It's like Kusama, when they launch, it's actually an airdrop for Polkadot holders. So those holders, last time when they buy then they do the IDO for Polkadot, I think 2 or 3 years, it was Kusama only launched, I think last year only. Early last year. Yeah, they airdrop it to all these dot holders. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like
so
you gain double.
So I guess you also got some of it.
No, I before me, I mean 2019 or something like that.
Yeah, so Gobin, I think it's just a very different way of doing things, and this is a reason why I really quite like Polkadot. I think they are very different in the way that they run this. I think with the whole Kusama and the Polkadot side of things, like what Yeezy said around being like it makes more economic sense. It is like a try and error, right? So they are happy to try it with Kusama. If they fail, they will learn and make Polkadot better. I think they are kind of like one of the only that has such a system, which I think what sets them apart in this sense. And then when you add on the auction, which I covered, I think the way in which they do things just extremely innovative right? Okay, please go
and
on.
Also having 2 sets of governance, then you can try out whatever new things easier. Okay. Because once the thing go live on the mainnet, you want to test things that it's much more difficult. So let's talk about the Polkadot addressing format. The Polkadot is based on the substrate, so the addressing format is called SS58. Okay. So some example they give you, a Polkadot always start with 1. Okay. The beginning of the address, just like Ethereum, you start with 0x. Okay, Polkadot start with 1. Kusama start with all these alphabet C, D, F, G, H, okay? And the generic address start with 5. So other projects, maybe like Acala, some of them, I think also they also start with alphabet. Okay, I also cannot remember. Okay, so let's go to how to use the Polkadot.js. First of all, maybe I show the live one. So those who haven't download the Polkadot.js wallet, let me adjust my screen. So you just go to this polkadot.js.org. Okay, this one. Go and download it. Yeah, this extension, polkadot.js.org/extension. After you download, okay, first thing to do is to create a wallet. So I already have one, so I can add another address here. So I press create new account. Okay, this 12 character, please save it or write it down and then keep it safe. Don't let other people see it. Whoever know these 12 words, control your account. Okay, so let me save my 12 words first. Okay, I just paste it in the Microsoft Notepad, but to be on the safe side, better if you paste it on the Microsoft Word and encrypt this document, okay, with your password. So give the account a name. So I just call it maybe test account, and then type a password for it. Okay. So okay, now I already create my account already. So each account you can connect to different chain. So what chain you want to connect to, press the drop down. Okay, for example, if I want to now connect to Polkadot, I can click on this Polkadot. So now it should change to Polkadot. Then to look at what balance you have in this account, unlike Metamask, you can straight away see it here. This one, you need to go to either sub.id. Okay, sub.id. Let's go back again. Copy my address. Just press this button here, copy, and you paste it up here. And wait for a while. Is it loading? Wait, why is it not loading? Oh, sorry, already loaded. Okay, so this address, the Polkadot address is 147, and then they already calculate for me what is my Kusama address, Aurora address, Shaitan address. It's all derived from the same master key. Okay, so when just now I said you must select the correct chain to use, is because Polkadot.js main account information to use the Polkadot.js, the main account is from this Polkadot.js app, the web app. Okay, from this web app here, you need to only select one chain that you're going to use. For example, now I want to look at Kusama. There are few here. You can select any one. I think I select parity. Okay, I need to make sure this Polkadot.js is already changed to the Kusama. If not, sometimes this Polkadot.js cannot detect. Okay, and then sometimes when you connect to Polkadot.js, they will ask you to update the metadata. Okay, just update the metadata. That one is for all these config updates. So Polkadot.js, yes, do the metadata update. Sometimes only after you do the update, then you can see your balance. Okay, so to see your balance for Kusama, you go to Kusama here, click Kusama. Then after that, account. You press here, then you see your balance will be shown here. But now my these two wallets is empty, so nothing. Let's say, for example, if you are very fancy, you want to create some address with your name on it. Okay, let's say I want to create an address with a word YZ inside. You can actually run this thing called vanity generator. Then they will help you to generate all the address with the word YZ inside. You can actually click save and then you claim this address. Okay, it's one of the funny things I found. Okay, so the YZ may appear in the middle or in the front. Okay, depends. So another function of this Polkadot.js here is if you want to join the Parachain auction, you can actually do it here. Go to Network, Parachain, then go under CROWDLOANS. Sorry, you can't join the auction. The auction is for those projects to join. This auction is, you click here, you can see the result of the auction. So if, let's say, if you are now want to invest into, for example, Sakura, okay, you can press contribute here, then you key in how much Kusama you want to contribute. This is actually the back end for all these projects. Some of the projects, they build their own website for the CROWDLOANS. All the project, the website, you'll be linked back to this Polkadot.js, this main page here. Okay, whatever you contribute, if you contribute through the website, the project website, after you contribute, they will show here how much you contribute. Okay, like for example, you contribute 1 KSM or 0.5 KSM, then they will show here how many KSM you contribute. And when the project already win, you also see how many of the reward that you got. Maybe 1 KSM you get 2 Moon River or 3 Moon River, just this example. Then you can see it from here, this Polkadot.js. You can claim from claim your Moon River can't. Moon River you need the Metamask. Let's take another example like Acala. Okay, Acala, you can actually go inside this Polkadot.js here. You can actually see how much is your vested Acala and how much you can actually withdraw already. Because the CROWDLOAN, they design in such a way that during token generation, you can claim 30%. Then after that, they will slowly release it month by month or quarter by quarter or day by day, okay, until the end. So until now, any question?
I have a quick question. Then why can Moon River go onto Metamask?
Okay, because Moon River, they take a different approach. Because they are EVM compatible, so they don't want to confuse people. So they already their website already is catered to use with MetaMask. So when you do a CROWDLOAN for the MetaMask, CROWDLOAN for Moon River, you already key in your address that you want to use to get your Moon River token. Okay. Actually, there is a website that can actually let you convert your Ethereum address, for example, this Ethereum address here, convert it so that if you send it to this address, you can actually receive it on the Polkadot ecosystem. But I only tried this before on Shiden or testnet. It works. If let's say if I send a token to this 0xp something, on my Shiden, this address, I can actually receive that token. But it's not widely used yet. Okay, this function just want to show you. Okay, another function of the Polkadot.js is you can actually vote for things here. If let's say your project, there are some agenda that they ask you to vote for, then you can actually connect here and then you vote. You want to vote yes or no and things like that. Okay, do the voting. So the basic function of the chain are all done using the Polkadot.js account. Okay.
Yeah, so I
this,
think I think that's why it's so messy, right? Like it's not as
Yeah.
straightforward as MetaMask because
Yeah.
MetaMask is really just a wallet. But I think through
Yeah.
this demonstration, I also understand that Polkadot.js is a wallet is just part of the entire thing, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you think about it, you can do so many things on the wallet. You can contribute, you can vote, you can look at the many different chains that are on the Polkadot ecosystem, right? So I think this is the understanding as to why it's so much more confusing as compared to like MetaMask. So that's very interesting.
Okay. One very important function is to send Polkadot. You need to go back to this Polkadot.js. Press this send here to send. Okay?
You need
This
to
is
come to
only
the
way to
website.
send it.
You need to come to the
Yeah,
website.
you need to come to the website because you look at the Polkadot.js, there's no send button here. It's only for you to choose what account you want to use and then what chain you want to use. Okay. So okay. So the send button is here. You paste the address here. Let's say I want to send to this address from my another account to this account. Okay. Then you key in how much you want to send. Okay. And press make transfer. That's it. There's no setting for gas and things like that in Polkadot. And the gas fee is quite low. Usually I didn't even check how much.
But gas is paid in dot, right?
Yeah. Gas on Kusama you pay in KSM.
Yeah.
On dot you pay in dot.
Yeah.
And on let's say on under Kusama you have those projects that won. Let's say Karura. I switch it to Karura. You can actually choose to pay in the Karura app. I remember there's a function for you to choose you want to pay in Kusama or you want to pay in Karura itself. Okay. Because just now I just switched at the left side inside here. There's a button for you to switch which chain you want to look into. If, for example, now I change to Karura, but on my Polkadot.js, I didn't change it. You see, I can't see my account here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to change it on my account here as well. Karura. Change it. Then after that, reload this whole page. Then only I can see it. Okay. But sometimes I don't know why. Sometimes can see, sometimes cannot see. But if let's say you happen to find that cannot see, go to metadata update and also try to reload it. Okay, I reloading it now. See whether can see.
And once in a while, they will always ask you to update your metadata, right? They will prompt you to update the metadata.
Yeah. When the project, for example, they have some parameter change, then they will ask you to update. So no problem update. So just now I only select change one of the chain to Karura, this one, then I can see it here. The other one I cannot see, you see? You get me? Because this one I still choosing as Kusama. So this is the confusing part for Polkadot.js. That's why sometimes people say, oh, I cannot see my balance. So the easiest to see is go to this sub.id. But to really manipulate your account, you still need to go back to Polkadot.js because sub.id, you cannot send the token. Okay? You can only send the token when you're in this Polkadot.js webpage. Okay? Sub.id is just for you to view what is your balance inside, and then if let's say if you do any crowd loan for this any project, they will show here. But if you do a crowd loan through third-party sites like Parallel or Bifrost and things like that, it cannot see here. Okay, This is only for those projects that you directly contribute via the project website or via this Polkadot.js. Okay, you do that means you do the crowd loan here. Just now, Kusama, I need to switch back to Kusama. On the network here, you do the crowd loan from Polkadot.js, then only you can see it in sub.id. Okay, yeah. So you see, because now I switch back to Kusama. This wallet I didn't switch back to Kusama. I cannot see it here. Okay.
Yeah, there's another question here. Bin, thanks for the many practical questions. I think this is helping everybody, including me. So his question is, why not leave the chain as on any chain? What is the advantage or disadvantage of choosing a specific chain?
Actually, on any chain, I don't know what is the function also. No.
Okay, so for you normally
haven't really experiment it. I didn't really experiment. I think if you put on any chain, they go back to this substrate. Substrate. Sorry. Okay, on any chain, if you let's say you choose on any chain, it will go back to whatever you choose inside this setting here. For example, now if I go and choose display address format for Polkadot chain, and then you put Polkadot here, this any chain address here is the Polkadot address.
Oh, so it's like your default lah. It's like your default.
No.
Oh no?
Yeah. No. Different. Actually, I didn't explore that one yet. I don't really know what the any chain function. Maybe you can try lah. But on some sites they can detect whatever chain that you put here. Okay. On some sites like Polkadot.js, you need to select the correct chain that only it can display. So I am recommending you choose the correct chain, then only you go to that site. That one will be safe.
Yeah. So Gobin, I think the answer to your question is most of the time you just need to be a little bit more specific, right? Because there are some websites that will only respond if you select the specific chain, which is the corresponding chain. So because if you probably put it as on any chain, it might work for some and it may not work for others, and then you may start to wonder why is it not showing some of the assets that you have. So like we mentioned, right, I do agree with you, it's more confusing as compared to the Polkadot, as compared to the Metamask wallet, simply because there are so many chains, right, that are going to be on. So I think that's the first reason why, and I think secondly is also because the Polkadot.js is not just a wallet, right? The wallet is a feature of the bigger website, which allows you to do a lot more things on the Polkadot blockchain or the Polkadot ecosystem as a whole. And I see that you also choose to leave it on any chain. So do you have any feedback on that? Does that allow you to work quite well? Or in some cases, you don't get to see some of your balances? Maybe you can share that with us, because I think we have chose to be a little bit more specific. Yeah. So I think that's technically most of it, right? Is there anything?
Okay. Yeah, maybe I go on to show, let's say, a Manta network, the CROWDLOANS. So now I'm putting it on any chain. Let's see, can connect or not.
You need to share your screen again.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sharing. Wait. Yeah, screen. Okay. Can you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm at the Manta network, the CROWDLOANS page. Okay. So I'm already put my one to any chain. Okay. So let's connect wallet. See whether it can connect. So I cannot find.
Cannot find.
Yeah. If it can find, it will usually have or maybe I need to reload it. Okay. Connecting
to Polkadot.
Wait. Okay. Now you can detect already. Yeah. So you can now after I choose the Polkadot. Then now you can allow me to choose which wallet I want to use. Then after that, I can put in how much I want to contribute and press contribute. Then that's it. Okay, that's how to contribute to Manta network crowd loan.
Yeah.
All this is just interface in the back end. They all this website, they also connect to the Polkadot.js. They contribute it through there. Okay, so you say this one is doing, if you want to contribute it via the Polkadot.js, it's manual way. This one looks nicer, and then you get some referral bonus if that project offers it, because Polkadot.js is, they won't recognize all this bonus and things like that. You are doing it like a manual way. This one is a nicer, a better way. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on, maybe I